gentlemen, her name is the name that English children use for a penis. It's Flo Wang. Did you know that? Did you know that kids say Wang?
No.
Oh, it's a befitting name. Oh, I just was that. I'm sorry, I
I want to
shocked you.
out. I
I
want to
thought.
out. Goodbye.
All right, shortest podcast ever. Let's go.
Bye.
Was that a good introduction? I'm sorry. This is my friend Flo. She besides having an excellent name, she's the best housemate I've ever had in my lifetime. She's a marketing expert, and she lives in Dubai, and she is a professional sugar baby. Is that no?
I wish. I fucking wish.
Aspiring professional sugar baby.
There's
Gentlemen out there,
plural.
take heed if you have money. Uh,
Don't send nudes. Send PayPal.
you can send nudes after we get the Venmo, the PayPal sorted. Then maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
They come at a cost.
If you don't want to send them, it's fine too. Don't send the nudes. Just
Yeah.
send them.
Just send the money. You don't have to send the nudes. Just send the money. Good, good. I'm glad we've gotten that sorted. It's important to let the gentleman callers know. I've been
Not that.
posting I've been posting on Instagram fairly regularly, like twice a week, and I'm getting like I'm not inundated with horny dudes, but like there's enough of them for sure. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize that there were so many horny dudes. I mean, because like in day to day life, guys kind of keep it somewhat, they kind of like they don't like explicitly tell you that they're horny. It's kind of just the vibe that they give off. This like
Yeah.
this this like desperate vibe that's barely concealed. But on the internet, they're like, oh, let's fuck or like whatever it is, just
Yeah.
yeah.
New random pics of like them, like the pic. I don't know if you've had this one, but it's like for some reason I don't know why they think it's good. It's them on their bed, so and in front of the TV, but you only see like part of their leg and the TV. They don't say anything. It's they don't say anything. They just send you that, and then you're like,
All right.
nothing is out. It's like they're dressed and stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't
It's
know them. Like they're it's not like you're talking to them and they're sending you this. It's like random ass.
what is the message a guy is trying to, a gentleman caller is trying to convey in this sense? Like, I have a TV. Is he trying to show off his TV? Is he like, look at my leg? Is it, I have two legs? I am completely
Ride a
mobile.
horse.
I can ride a horse.
Yes.
Bitches
I
love
am a knight in
horses.
shining armor with my legs.
Ah, that's it.
Ride
That's
horses.
it. I'm
Yes,
like,
I think
yeah. I should ask them to send leg pics. I should, see to see what's going on in the leg department. No, I don't. I don't think really.
don't do that.
Just
uh,
maybe we should just as women, like as a collective, we should just start getting guys to. We should just be like, I love men's legs, like, and then maybe men will slowly transition from dick pics to leg pics, and they'll be like, this bitch is gonna love this, and then we just all go kind of go with it, and then
I think that would work. But
maybe yeah, it's
can it be
interesting.
like something? Can it be something like at least that's some kind of like annoyance to them? Like I love like the back of men's neck, like this little part here, the little bones. They'll all be like,
That's a great idea. There's selfies, but
or
they're
like
taken
the
with your
exact
back.
middle of the back, you know?
That place is really hard to reach. Like it's just that part. I want that specific 1 square inch area. That's
Like,
that part. Yeah, that's
and
cool.
just watch them all be like,
I can't wait to like back selfies. Like just taking a selfie in the mirror for
I
that.
love men's omoplate.
I don't know what that means. That sounded really sexy though. Just saying
Oh, it's
that. Omoplate.
oh yeah.
Omoplate. That sounds sexy as hell. Oh my god. Can you say Can you say something awful in French but make it sound really sexy? Um, can you say like your mother smells like a dead hamster?
Okay. Ta mère pue le hamster mort.
That's beautiful. I feel like you just proposed to me. French is a gorgeous language.
It's horrible. Jordan was telling me like he just yelled éborgné at some French person.
Tell them what éborgné means.
It's like take out an eye, like make one eye blind, like one eye.
I like how the French were like, oh, we're using this term too much. Actually, we need a word for it. We can't just say we need to take out an eye. There's actually like, we need to condense this to shorten it because we're using it so often. Éborgné.
Exactly.
Like, oh,
it's
amazing.
a cultural thing. When you go to France, everyone who's more than like 42-year-old has to get éborgné.
Yeah, an eye for an eye makes the whole world French. That's what they say.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly. Are you French if you have both your eyes? 3 of them.
What a terrible hellscape. We will get nothing done. The entire world. Amazing. If the whole world was French, the cooking would be better for sure. I feel like. Sorry?
Have you seen my cooking?
Yeah, you're an exception. I don't know. Are you like? I'm kind of wondering about your French nationality now. I mean, I assumed all French people had to take a cooking class.
Not the rich ones.
No, not the rich ones. You got out of it. The peasants cook for you.
Exactly.
French cooking is just normal cooking, except you use about a pound of butter for every single dish. Like, if you've ever made a French omelet, it's like, okay, well you get a normal omelet and you whip it up really good, and then you cover the pan in butter, like full of fucking butter. And then as you're like scooping it out, you butter it up, and so it rolls up really easily, and you keep just buttering it and then rolling and buttering and rolling until it's like a little burrito. And then to top it off, to make it look good, you cover it in butter again to make it shiny. And then you put like a little square of butter on the top. And I don't know why you guys haven't all died of heart attacks by the age of about 13, because the entire French cuisine is just butter. It's amazing. It's amazing to me.
That sounds awfully American, though.
It does. That's so true. Oh my God.
I have never in my life seen that. Like, I don't cook, so I can't say anything about the cooking, but I'm pretty sure that French omelets are not that bad.
It's interesting. Maybe butter isn't as bad as we think. The thing about American food is that the entire ingredients list is always like 2 inches long. Like, I'm reading the ingredients list and it's like I couldn't cover it up with my hand. Like, that's how fucking long it is. And this is like a potato salad. Like, you would think what's in a potato salad is like mayonnaise and eggs, or, you know, potatoes and fucking chives and stuff. Like, it could be 10 ingredients. I don't know. I mean, and then the potato salad is actually like, it's like a small essay. I actually have to take time out of my day to read it. It's I have to read it in chunks.
20.807.639 QXWY.
There's some Arabic in there. I don't know where it came from. There's a chemical compound. I'm not sure why.
The name of your mom.
Yeah. I don't even know you got that. This is, and everyone's mom is on here. No matter what you say, it's always
the name
your
of
mom.
everyone's mom. In the factory.
It's it's amazing. I don't know, Americans, like, because Australia, there's like similar packaged food, but for some reason the ingredients list in America is always like twice as long. I don't know why that has to happen. Do you eat a lot of French cuisine? Do you guys do that at France? Or is it kind of mostly a fancy thing?
I grew up in an Asian household, so I mostly
Really?
Asian. Yeah.
Really? Did you? Oh. I didn't notice. I don't see race. So I assume I don't know. Everyone's kind of a gray blob to me. Um, did you have a lot of? Did your mom cook? Oh, your dad cooks mostly, doesn't he?
Used to be my mom, but now it's my dad.
Yeah,
Like
cool, cool.
maybe he buys more than he cooks, but yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I so yeah, French food, and also I hate I hate butter, and I hate cream, and I hate oil. So that doesn't leave a lot of leeway. And I
Oh,
hate
good.
vinaigrette.
And you hate what?
Vinaigrette.
Oh, vinegar.
Um, yeah,
Oh,
that.
yeah. Huh.
I hate a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
I eat mostly salads when I see you. It's super healthy. I mean, it's good. I mostly see you eat like I mean, you don't live in my house anymore. You abandoned me like everyone else. But you mostly eat chickpeas and
Yeah, I used
yeah,
to.
yeah.
I should get back into like ever since I moved to Dubai, I've just been like ordering out all the
Uh,
time. Yeah,
how
but
do
I have
you?
to get back into.
That
Yeah,
was such a surprise that you moved to Dubai. It's cool though. I mean, you've made it sound really like a fantastic place to be.
it's nice. It's so nice. You know, it's like in Europe, in Australia, I would say that like people are very kind of chill and laid back, and in Europe, everyone like so super stressed and super kind of negative.
Oh,
And here, it's like a mix of like everyone's active, but everyone's like very like entrepreneurial and like motivated kind of a thing. So I mean, to come to Dubai, you have to have a certain type of mindset. I think
mm,
it's like you kind of want the best of the best kind of a thing.
yeah.
It's not, but also you just like take advantage of what is. Like you have fun, you spend your money, like you work a lot and you make like shit ton of money, but then you're able to like spend it and actually have just chill and stuff. Whereas in France, if you like make money, you cannot show it. Like if you have a designer whatever or a good car, it's gonna get like fucked up,
Wow.
stolen, like. And you can't say like in French, there is no, like, you never say that you're doing well. Like it's like, oh, how are you doing, and you have to complain. It's a like constitutional law. You cannot be happy ever.
Wow.
Yep.
That's so interesting to me because like I've been thinking a lot about kind of like having faith in things or manifesting and like I I like even yesterday I kind of had this thought of like I was working on a song and the first part of it was really good and it was like pretty much done and then so I got the verse and then the chorus I was like I have no fucking idea. I just and then there's this voice that immediately pops into my head of like you're never going to finish it. Your creativity is going to dry up with your, and like you're never going to be creative again. And like it's amazing. It's like I wrote a song yesterday and today it's like, well, it's all gone. There's this voice in my head that's just like you'll never be creative again. And then I kind of was like listening to this voice and I was like that's my brain. My brain is super powerful and it's actually pointing me towards this place of like hopelessness and
Yeah.
and like that's where my entire that's all where all my energy is being directed right now. And then if I just
Yeah.
move it into like, hey, it's okay. I will finish the song. I just need to keep going. Like then my brain moves towards like, oh, a solution is a possibility and therefore we can make this solution. It's like just having that little and when you say like people in France, they always have to complain. It's like if you're socially training people to always find problems, then they will always see problems. And, nobody's life ever gets, you kind of stunts the amount that you can love your entire existence, really.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like so negative. So it's not a joke. Like people say, like French people are super negative and like super like downers and stuff. It's very true.
Mm.
Like okay, not only are we very rude and entitled, I will give you that,
You're not
but
rude.
I'm not rude. No, I'm not rude. But like no, I mean no, but like we are like entitled and very negative. So for me, I think because I grew up in a more like Asian household, and then I got like very young. I got into the like American English, like American culture, whatever. Like I grew up in a more kind of like positive, hardworking environment.
Yeah,
So that's what I kind of fed myself.
that makes a lot of
But
sense.
I, so that's also why I always knew I didn't want to be in France, but I didn't really know why. And ever since I've been here, and I moved to Australia obviously because I was just like I'm getting the fuck out of there. So
Yes.
I went to Australia, and then somehow Australia was a little bit too slow living. Oh, maybe because it was.
Yeah, you
Can I say
came
this
during.
word?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
sure.
triggered by
I think you're gonna get shadow banned. I don't know.
it.
But yeah. So it was a little bit too chill, I think.
Yeah.
Also, sorry to say, but the architecture is.
Oh no, Sydney is like it's like a hoarder decided to collect every type of building. It's like
I know.
we're gonna put this like
You're
ancient.
like everywhere you look, you're like.
I know it's the worst. We're gonna take this ancient sandstone university building, and then then we're gonna build a building right next to it that looks like a fucking cheese crater, and we're just gonna.
And then you have those like huts, like there's like beach shacks, and
I know.
then you have a palace, and then
Right
and
next
then
to
you
each
for
other.
some reason you have a house that is pink, like hot pink, but with like ancient Victorian railing. It's like
I know. I have no fucking idea how this happened.
it's
Like
like, and
there,
for a girl who adores nature,
there is
I,
something about Europe. I think that it has preserved this of you seem to as a culture value beauty a lot.
yeah, yeah, 100%.
Mm.
And we have the best of the world, best artists, kind of used to, um, best architecture, best cheese, wine.
Jeez. Yeah. True. Yeah.
I'm trying to find like, yeah, because like I have to be cocky about it. I'm still French, but
Yeah.
I still have it, and I still have to say that we're the best. This is
Yeah.
how it works. This is the Constitution.
The duality of man, really. Like
Oh
I'm the
yeah,
same. I love America in so many ways. Like and I remember going to these like American like 4th of July parades when I was a kid, and it just filled me with the sense of like patriotism, like, oh, God bless America, like. And I do love America. Like, we've contributed so much to the world. We've contributed like electricity and computers
McDonald's.
in many ways. McDonald's, the best of all worlds, and OxyContin. I'm sure we've helped with that.
Coke.
Coke, yeah. Uh, but and like many things that are great, and also like America's terrible at the same time. But I still have this patriotism of like I want America to succeed and be the best it
Yeah,
can be. And
obviously, yeah.
yeah, I mean, Elliot, my partner, said something interesting. He said, when you have nationalism, when you have this national pride, it's always that you're against something. So if you're for America, then you have to be against something else, which is
Oh
somewhat
yeah,
interesting to me. Yeah, but
yeah, it makes sense. True, because like your values are opposite some like other country, especially America, because you guys are always at war. So
yeah, yeah, we can't stop. It's an addiction at this point.
it's an addiction.
Yeah.
But France is like it's like especially as a Parisian, like I can say that French sucks, but if you say it, I'll fuck you up.
I will take out your eye.
I will take out your eye.
Ebonye. Is that right? Ebonye?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ebonye.
Yeah, Ebonye. Good, good. I wonder, you were talking before about like that kind of you can't be too rich, or like you can't
Yeah.
kind of show your wealth, and I wonder if that's like the French Revolution, because in the French Revolution, I think before there were like peasants, and then there were rich people, and there was the clergy, and the peasants were like, we want some fucking rights,
Yeah.
bro. And I wonder if it's like that kind of culture has still like been passed
Yeah,
down.
I think so. Yeah, it's a lot of like. Well, first of all, it's a lot of like entitlement, and there's a lot of like jealousy. I don't know. I don't on obviously like history always has something to do with it. So, but yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's tough, man. You really can't be around people like that that are. I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want. You can cut your finger off if you want, but like for me, I find it's not conducive. You can do it anytime you want. It's not even illegal. You could just cut your finger off.
I love how that's like the first thing you thought about.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
you know,
at least you didn't say like kick puppies or something like that.
you can do that too, man. You can do whatever you want. I mean, there's just consequences. Um, but like, do you ever think about that sometimes? Do you ever like, are you ever just in a situation and you're like, oh man, I could like punch this person in the face right now. I'm just having a conversation with a cashier at a store. I could spit in her face. Like I could, and then it just makes me laugh. I'm like, the world
What
is so,
happened to you? Who hurt you?
I could, I can do whatever I want right now. I could leave this conversation. I could never talk to you again. Like, and the world is so full of possibilities. And in normal day to day life, I seem to have this like narrow idea, this narrow bandwidth of frequency of what I can do in a day or what I can do in this moment. But there's so much more I could do. And I just don't think of it all the time. You know? It's
No,
amazing.
obviously. It's not, yeah, I mean, imagine if your brain had to think about like the myriad of possibilities that could be. We would
Every
just
single one of them.
every single one of them. Like, no, like, are we Doctor Strange? No, it's you
Yeah.
couldn't. Like, yeah, obviously your brain just goes towards whatever it knows, whatever it's been taught, and then that's it. Because we're fucking lazy, trying to preserve energy.
Yeah, and most ideas are terrible. All the ideas that I've come up with so far in my mind, like to give examples of what I
Punch
could
people
do.
and spit in their faces.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could step on their toes. I could. These are all violent things.
Yes,
I could
why? What
just
happened
like,
to you? Oh, isn't your name Serene? Aren't you supposed to be like Serene?
yeah, it's a deceptive name. I don't know. I think I feel like people assume that I have a certain quality that I don't always have because of my name. I don't know. I mean, that's your problem, really, at this point. You just made assumptions of what kind of person I am.
Like in my middle school, we had this guy. His name was Innocent, and
Oh no, he turned out to be a
he was the
huge
least
man
innocent
whore,
man
didn't he?
ever. The worst,
Oh,
the worst.
but at
Like the
least he can
biggest
say I'm
troublemaker
innocent.
ever.
What did he do?
You know, like whatever you do when you're like 13 or
Yeah,
14,
yeah.
like just making trouble, whatever. I don't know. And
It's
his
an.
name was Innocent.
I think about this a lot. One time, somebody told me about her manager, and her manager's name was Candy, and I was like, "Oh,
He was bitter, wasn't she?
he's bitter." Oh no, I was like, "Is she fat?" And then my friend was like, "Yeah, she's huge." How did you know that? And I was like, "Well, if your parent is naming you Candy, like what you name your kid your highest value, right? Or like you name your
Yeah.
kid something like this is what I want her to grow up to be." And then your
Yeah,
highest value in this moment is candy. And it's like you probably fucking love candy, I guess. And then
you're right. You're
yeah,
right.
yeah, like
You're
yeah, it's
right. Oh my god, I never thought of that.
yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
my
name my like money.
money. That's a good one. Cash money. That's a great name for a kid.
Cash money, baby.
Cash money, baby. Oh my god.
You know how like this kid on American TV is named Honey Boo Boo?
Honey, baby. Cash money, baby. I feel like that's a one-way express line to an OnlyFans account. Like that's how you get them straight there. There's
I
no.
mean,
Do not stop it. Go. Do not collect $200
you know what? This
from
is the
your fans.
perfect introduction to the kink talk.
Oh,
Because if you're putting your Cash Money Baby toddler on OnlyFans,
mm.
that's definitely a kink thing.
Yeah, that's a. I don't know if that's kink. I would say
Pedophilia.
federal crime? I don't know.
Well,
International
both of them
offense.
were not mutually exclusive, you know.
That's true. We shouldn't king shame. We should just be accepting of everyone all the time, no matter what. Nazis, pedophiles, whatever. Uh,
You are so getting shadow banned.
I
You just add the
ooh,
beeps, you know. Yeah.
I am, yeah. It's
Add
interesting.
the
I think I got shadow banned from TikTok, and then I just stopped using TikTok immediately after. I was like, "Fuck this stupid Chinese-run platform." No, it's not the Chinese people that are the problem, except for you. It's the Chinese government that's the problem. So
You
I'm
woke up
not. I just want to
and chose
separate. Sorry.
You woke up and you chose violence.
No, okay, I made this hilarious meme. It was the best. It should have gone viral, and it was it's not that funny when I explain it, but you can go to my Instagram account and find it. But it's the girl from Frozen, and she's singing "Let It," like she's about to sing the song "Let It Go," like she's kind of leading up to the lyrics "Let It Go," and then right before she gets there, it cuts to this fucking crackhead lady in a shopping center going "Let It Go!" Like she's pushing this shopping cart around and like bullying the security guard, and it was just the best. Like it was fantastic. I'm a genius. And then I put like my hashtags were like meth head, like all those like stuff. And then I went from like hundreds of views on my TikTok to like, or maybe thousands to like none. And I don't know, I was just like, fuck you guys. I'm too good for this platform.
This is not 2013 Twitter. This is 2021. You just can't say anything you want now.
No, you can't. You can't even say COVID.
Maybe
Like,
yeah.
is that you were talking about getting shadow banned because of saying COVID? Is that real?
Yeah.
Just the word COVID? Like,
No. It's not. It's not getting shadow banned. It's more like on YouTube, for example. If you say COVID, you get
demonetized, right?
monetized. Yeah, stuff like
look,
that.
Flo, I'm gonna be honest with you. At this current time, I have 6 subscribers, so I'm not like super worried. No, it's great. My friend subscribed to me the other day and it went from 5 to 6, and I was like 20% improvement in a day. What? I know.
That is positive thinking.
It's incredible.
That is exactly what you want. Yes, manifesting.
Yeah, manifesting. In a whole week, I've gotten a 20% improvement. Like, if you were a CEO of a business and you suddenly made 20% more money, you'd be like, you'd be taking a bath in your money. You'd be so happy. So I'm just having a great time.
That's positive thinking.
Yeah. And so I'm not really worried about demonetizing at this current time in my life. But
Makes
anyway.
sense.
So I think you were going to show me something spectacular, or at least tell me something about. We were talking about kinks and.
No, it's just sometimes you see something and then you want to éborgner your both of your eyes.
Okay, I'm interested.
I don't want to kink shame, but I do want to ask why.
I'm just so excited. What is it?
Oh, there's so much. There is so much. It's so basically, it's like one of our mutual passion. This is why we're doing this right now.
Yeah.
So I'm following these like random groups and like chats and stuff about like random shit. And I just have so many questions. So many questions.
What do you see? Yeah, go on.
You want I'll read my list out loud and then I'll
you were prepared.
The face that you want.
Okay, cool.
SpongeBob Squidward.
SpongeBob Squidward.
Yeast infection. Australian Hot Pocket. Sexy Smurfs. Soft-boiled eggs. Microwaving jizz.
Oh my god.
Nibbling foot blister. Lunars, balloon lovers. Guy who married his car. Girl who married a train station. And obviously like the furries and the pet things and the
at least they were married to the car and the train station, because and at least they live in a holy matrimony then. That's really what I'm concerned about. Did the guy microwaving his jizz even marry his jizz? I don't know. I mean,
Hmm.
So wait, what was the list you were reading out? What was I supposed to do with that?
It's a list of kinks that I have
Oh, that you found. Okay.
found this morning during my breakfast search.
During your weekly
Very quick breakfast.
scroll through Pornhub or like I don't know.
I didn't even need to go to Pornhub, I think.
It was
I
just
didn't even
on.
think
Yeah, it was
about it.
just
Yeah.
online. That's great. That's
Oh, sorry, I
what do you
forgot one. Gollum.
Gollum. Oh, Gollum's a
I saw
Gollum's.
I saw a porn video about Gollum once.
Look, I know
That
a
was
lot of. I know a lot of. You saw a porn video on Gollum. What happened? I mean, I guess he had sex with someone, but like, was it okay? But like, was it okay? First of all, first question: was it a guy or a girl dressed up as Gollum? I'm assuming they were dressed up, or was it like a
no,
hentai?
no, it was a cartoon thing. So I was at
Oh,
work.
cool, cool. Oh, you were at work. That's why you were watching porn. That makes sense.
For some reason, my coworkers calls us over, and he's like, "Look what I found."
I was just casual. It just popped up. I don't know where it came from.
So in the open space, this guy is like, so we go over, and basically it's a video of Gollum in a cave. So it's like a 3D cartoon thing. So he is fucking an unconscious little
Oh.
lady,
Wow, it really.
but he doesn't have a dick. So he's fucking air. And then Gandalf
okay.
comes over.
Okay.
Wait, you'll get it. So Gandalf comes over and he's like, "Where's the ring?" And so Gollum takes the ring off his dick.
Oh wow! What a surprise! And then that's the moment you come as well. Like that's because you're like, I guess. I mean, I guess that's the climax of the whole thing.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. It wasn't exactly.
Was it
I was
supposed to be a joke, or was it like a? Was it supposed to be like sexy?
It was awfully sexual. Like it wasn't like funny kind of a. It was
Yeah.
just very.
I could see why you would be attracted to Gollum because, like, I know a lot of anorexic girls who shave their head nowadays. So maybe there's like a. No.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, maybe there's a transition.
I'm not
you
sure
know?
they're shaving their heads though. I'm pretty sure it's just falling out because they lack the nutrients too.
Because they're bulimic, yeah. And then they're like, buy me jewelry. I mean, there's a lot of similarities. Like, I need more rings. Like, there's a lot of similarities between. Oh, I think if I don't get Shadowbanned, I'm kind of glad I have 6 followers because I feel like people might get
Is this
upset.
like on YouTube or is this going on Insta?
YouTube. I might put clips. Not that clip. I probably won't put the clip of me comparing bulimic girls to Gollum on Instagram. I might let like the hardcore fans find that one themselves, and then probably unfollow me or write me angry letters, whatever whatever they want to do, and then I'll put it on Apple, not Apple, yeah, my Apple Podcasts and Spotify at some point as well.
Okay. All right.
How would you suggest? Because you're a marketing expert. How would you suggest I market this?
I suggest you don't. There is such a thing as brand awareness, brand values. What is your brand mission? What is your vision? Does it fit?
Well, I expect to have only one eye at some point in time, so I don't know. But
If you keep this up, I'm pretty sure it will happen.
My brand vision is to have every video demonetized. Every single video will be individually demonetized.
Good. And then you can start that evolution. You can be like, freedom of speech is now whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I'll ask my French friends. They'll tell you better than I.
Flo, these are the people who are interested in this show are the people who are going to find value in Gollum porn. I don't feel like they're going to be revolutionizing anything. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, like...
And I mean, who wouldn't find value in golem porn?
That's a
I
good.
have to ask.
That's a good point. One
Yeah,
time, yeah, that's a really good point. One time, I asked I have a person that I know who's a sex doctor. Like she's a sex therapist, but like a real doctor. And then I don't know, she prescribes people boner pills and stuff, I guess. And I said, like, why are furries? Why do they exist? Like, how did people become attracted? And this was like the first time I met her. It was like at a family function, and then she just like didn't like she didn't like appreciate the question for some reason. I don't know. I don't really. I'm not like sure why, but like so I explained to her what furries were and like how people were like attracted to people who dress in fursuits. And
yeah.
my persona, by the way, she's an 8 foot tall dragon, like a normal dragon, except she has like giant scaly tits, and that's just so you know how I identify.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I would appreciate you if you would keep that in your mind when you think about my identity.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
All right.
what my
What's your
pronouns.
pronoun?
My pronouns. That's a good question. Liz, like lizard. I'm thinking like
Oh,
dragon.
good. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
All right. Works. Liz.
drag. Does that make me a drag queen? No, it's not the same thing.
No, it makes you a Liz.
A Liz.
That's
Yeah, I could call myself Liz, but it's not
Yeah.
like my name. It's like
No, you're a Liz.
Right,
Like you're
a Liz.
you're yeah.
Yeah, I could refer to myself as a Liz. And then when people
Yeah.
call me Liz, I'm like, no, you fucking,
No.
you're like racist
Team
against my identity. I'm a lizard on the inside with giant, huge tits that would give me back problems if they were real. Like, no woman has ever had.
They are real. Don't doubt.
They are real. You're right.
They are real. Don't
Whatever.
doubt yourself.
Thank you. It's faith. It's manifesting. Those
Exactly.
giant, scaly green boobs.
Yes, and manifesting works like hell. So careful what you wish for,
That's true.
Lizzie.
I appreciate it. I appreciate your support in my life.
I'm here for you. Oh my god, people are crazy, man. People are crazy.
Yeah.
It's like I love people, but I also hate people. It's like sometimes I just wanna. It's like, have you seen this guy? So basically, you know how like obviously you have all the gender fluidity and like everything that's going on in the LGBTQ community, and like this guy. So you have the pronouns, yeah.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
him, her, them, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And this guy is like, okay, my identity now is I am gender fluid. What was he saying? Well, whatever, blah blah blah. Korean.
Oh.
And he's a white ass dude, like whiter than snow. It's like, now I'm Korean, and my pronoun is Jimin.
What's Jimin?
Jimin is a guy from a boy band like called BTS. Dude, like it's a real just like a guy, you know.
So it's a
his
guy's
name.
name.
And this guy is like, my pronoun is Jimin.
Oh. Okay.
Like you can't. And he's like, I'm Korean now, and then people are just like,
Korean now.
I mean, that's not how it works. But
Yeah. It's things are fluid now. I mean, it's we're entering into difficult times where things are like kind of going. It's like you can be whatever you want, but not really. Like.
yeah, exactly. I saw this one. What was the word? Someone was like, I am. What was it? I don't know. I don't remember the word exactly, but it was like, it means I am bisexual, but only attracted to one gender.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You're just like.
It means no. That's what I believe the definition is. Having no personality but still wanting to stand out. I believe that's what that is.
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
I don't remember how they called it though. Oh my god.
Incredible.
Crazy.
Oh.
People are crazy.
People.
I don't know, sometimes, like, especially French people, we are very extremely sarcastic.
Yeah.
very, very sarcastic. So sometimes we read stuff and we're like, I'm really like, this can't be real. But then the Americans exist, so
Yeah.
they must be real.
It's it's incredible how America has shaped itself. Like somehow we have this amazing like I almost said cesspool, but what I meant was melting pot. But then cesspool was the first thing that came to my mind, so maybe that's indicative of something. But like in America, there's so many people, and then there's so much like money and stuff going around that you can like. So you find a state that aligns with your values. So if you're like, I don't have a gender, fuck you guys, everyone's triggering me all the time. You go up to like Seattle or like California, and then if
Yeah.
you're
A
you're like
fascist.
Republican and you like you're like I love guns and everyone also triggers me all the time, but I don't like calling
And
myself a snowflake, so I'm just gonna pretend I'm not. And then you go to Texas, and then everyone gets like triggered by each other constantly, and they just but like in different in like different states. And so then you have like these pools of guys who are like I'm not gonna get the vaccine because it causes COVID and we're all gonna die if we get the vaccine. And then they have like tons of guns and they hoard all these fucking crazy guns and they're like my liberties. And then there are these fucking other people who are like no gender exists, and if you say there's a difference between a man and a woman, you're a Nazi somehow. I don't know, but like, and then they just talk to each other, and they're in these little bubbles, and it's just incredible. Like all the shit that I came back to Australia after being in America for a long time, and I was like, oh, people have like normal views here. Nobody is
yeah,
like
I know.
this is wow.
What is this?
Like
I've been to America. I really want to go. Like
it's a
I
great
said I
place.
wouldn't go as long as Trump was president, so
Yeah.
I didn't go. And then now I want to, but I can't.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's a cool place. I really like America.
I'm
It's
gonna go.
fucking
I
nuts, but it's good if you're young, I
can't
think.
wait to have like a Coke the size of my torso, like a regular medium-sized Coke
Hmm.
that's the size of my torso.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
exactly one reason that I want to travel in my life is just for this reason.
yeah.
If there is one thing, if today death was coming to take me, I would say no, no death. I need the Coke the size of my torso before I go.
And the best part is
This
the
is
free refills. You can just refill it as many times as you want. It's
no way.
amazing. Yeah. You can
Oh wow.
America will allow you to gain 75 pounds
God
in a month.
bless
It's
America.
incredible. Yeah.
I will. Oh wow.
It's amazing.
I'm. Wow.
But it's a cool country, like like legit. Like
Yeah.
you could buy a tiger if you want and you
Oh,
can
why
go.
you can?
Yeah, you can like put a tiger in every room of your house if you want. I mean, there's something to be said about that level of freedom. Like you can go and shoot giant guns in a range with like you can be kind of drunk and still do it. Like it's cool. You can do like a bunch of stuff.
Kind of drunk though. Like
Yeah,
just kind of.
yeah, just kind
You're
of like if you're in your house, you can have like real freedom where you can just get blackout drunk and shoot guns. But if you're like in a range, they probably like don't want you to be like falling
oh
over.
yeah.
You know, they have like rules and like they're restricting your freedom in a bunch of ways at the gun ranges,
Yeah.
but that's fine. Um, it's amazing. Yeah,
But then if you do it and you hurt yourself, it's still their fault. And you can sue
yeah,
them
and you can
from
see them. Yeah,
to buy big ass Cokes.
yeah, and then go buy a bunch of big ass cokes with it. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
I will from now on like gauge every purchase that I make as how many big ass Cokes can I get with
yeah. They're not that
with
expensive. You could buy like a dollar or two. Like yeah, they're not that bad. You could really
right?
you could probably like if you had a house, you could sell your house and then just buy big ass cokes for the rest of your life and just set yourself up
So
with like a big ass coke fund.
all
Yeah.
right, yeah. So I
I
can
don't,
sell my Bugatti now and I'd be pretty much set for life.
you could sell your body now, is what you said?
No, my Bugatti.
Oh, your
I can
Bugatti. Oh,
Bugatti.
oh, okay. Well, I mean that's still good, I guess.
just like just like 3 million worth of Coke.
Oh, good, good. That's what you want. Not even the
Wait, are we
cool kind.
talking about the same Coke though?
Wait, are we bringing it in a suitcase? Are we? Are we shoving it up our butts? Wait? No, never mind. Uh, I hear yeah um I hear in Colombia, like they would literally bring like submarines and they would bring it to America full of they would like pump submarines full of coke, and then they just get it into America somehow. Like that's how fucking rich those people are.
What Coke? White
Coca-Cola.
or Coke?
Coca yeah, it was
Oh yeah,
Coca-Cola. They would call it the Coca-Cola submarine. And the official
yes.
mascot was like a super gay Navy sailor. It like didn't really like quite appeal to the masses in the way that you think it
Yeah.
would. And then
The
America,
marketing. Okay.
yeah, there was the great American Diet of 2002 when America banned all sugary substances, and then um, the Coca-Cola man like came through and then just kept our fat kids fat because
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, what a hero!
he was a hero. Yeah, I
Is it?
wouldn't have.
Isn't that what the next Marvel character is based on?
Yeah, yeah, actually, yeah, you're
Yes,
right.
yes, I've heard of it.
They
Yeah,
updated
obviously.
Captain America because they felt like he was like
Yes,
too old school. Like he was doing all this
it's
shit like
Hocked in America now.
yeah, yeah, he just didn't appeal to the average American. He was doing all sorts of shit like exercising and stuff, and we're just
Yeah.
like we can't relate to that. Like
Oh,
he's not.
rude.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I am personally triggered by his exercising because like I
Yeah.
can't go out and exercise because I'm lazy, and so like why are you triggering my disability like this? You know,
Falling.
yeah, it's appalling. So
Outrageous.
yeah, yeah. So a new American
His
hero.
dick, though. Sorry.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Have you seen Chris Evans' new like dick pic?
No,
Trigger.
somehow I haven't. How big is his dick?
It's decent.
It's decent. Like
It's if he was to walk into a room, I would,
dick out, or
you
just
know,
walk into a room. Yeah.
yeah, like I'll let him walk into the room, kind of a thing.
Oh, that's nice of you. Yeah. Flo, if you haven't, if you don't know Flo, which you probably do because I have 6 subscribers and I think they all know me. So, but if you don't happen to know Flo, she is a huge lifetime fan of Chris Evans. In fact, Chris Evans,
Hemsworth,
I
not the
wouldn't
same.
surprise.
Not,
Sorry.
not the right Chris. How rude. Chris
Oh.
Hemsworth, my husband.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Evans is just my side piece.
Who is Chris
One
Evans?
of them. Captain America.
Wait, who's Chris Hemsworth then?
Thor.
Thor. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so my bad. Too many Chris's. I don't think I've seen. I've seen one Captain America, and I've seen Thor. I think yeah, I've seen the Thor movie. Yeah, I'm not up to date on the Marvel movies. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm too
It's
busy
more.
watching really important intellectual stuff like furry videos. So
Yes. Yes, furry videos and also Gollum porn.
yeah, Gollum porn. Yeah, I was like, I had this moment the other day of like, oh, I like don't watch a lot of movies, and I almost felt like proud of myself for that. And then I was like, you actually spent 2 hours today watching like videos of Bigs and Littles. Uh, do you know Bigs and Littles are one of my favorite traumatic reenactments of people where like one person who's an adult, they're all adults, that one person is like pretending to be a toddler and like one person's pretending to be like usually like the dad, and then they like go through this exchange where the dad will like feed the toddler like a bottle, and they'll have this weird fucking
Painted.
sexual it's and they always say like it's not sexual, which is like the coolest part. It's like the best part of that.
How do they though? How
Yeah.
do they? Okay. You remember what happened to me when I was in Sydney, yeah?
Oh yeah, go on, tell the story, please.
No.
Oh, I love the
No.
story.
I mean, it wouldn't be nice.
Um, that's
I'm
not the
not.
purpose. I don't know if you know the purpose of this podcast. It's not certainly not nice. That's not what we're going for here.
No, but like, it happens. This dude wanted me to pretend to be a little, like this dude that I didn't know, and we were just out for brunch with a couple of people who tried to have me pretend to be a child on his bicycle, and then
That's
and then he was working at a school.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah,
I'm sure. I'm
that's
sure they're
the
not connected.
no, yeah, it's totally, just a normal day in Sydney. Just a normal day on Bondi Beach. The surfers, the sun, the sea, and the daddy king.
Yeah, the Daddy King. So you were riding on a bike with him, right? And he started telling you to call him
No, I
Daddy.
was
Was that right?
no, I was he was like, "Do you want to try my bike?" And I'm like, and my dumb ass was like, "Sure." But I don't really know how to. He's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll teach you." And then
Oh.
he's like, "You'll be my little baby and I'll be your daddy." And then I'm kind of like, and then this dude is like holding the bike and then he's like, "If you are scared, just say, stop, daddy, stop," in his voice.
Did
And
he
I'm
put on the
like,
voice? Was he?
yeah, he put on the
Oh,
voice.
that's
Yeah,
great.
he put on the voice. Because, like, I mean, you have the daddy kings. It's like
Yeah.
the daddy
Yeah.
kings. And then you have the daddy kings.
Oh my God. There's a difference, and it's terrifying. Uh,
Yeah.
they
And then
both.
I was kind of like, are you going to pay me for this?
Yeah, it's the right question to ask.
He didn't. He
He
didn't
didn't.
pay. Well, I didn't do it, but he could still have paid me.
He could. He probably should have for that event. But you are getting paid in telling the story over it. I really like this. I like. I like a lot of aspects of the story. I like how you then went to a party with him afterward. Like not with him, but you met him at a party afterwards and started calling him daddy. And
That was so funny, though, because it was your fault. Because oh no, it's horrible. Well, I mean, I'm a terrible person. It's all right. Um, he was like, "Don't you like this is our secret?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I go home like, "There is Elliot."
I think you posted it on Instagram too. To be fair.
Did I? I might have. Like my close friend. And now I'm telling it on every like your 6 strangers on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might or may not get to this point of the video.
Yeah. I mean, like, let's not get our hopes up, but
I mean,
potentially,
yeah,
a lot of
but
people could see it.
well, friend, if you're seeing this, please don't.
It's nice that you didn't tell everyone his name. That's cool. Like this could get viral one day if one of us gets like arrested for murder, or like arson or something. They could be like, "What did this arsonist have to say in the world?" And then they would watch the whole video, I guess. So it could get watched for sure.
So your first thought is like, if we get, because for some reason you said if one of us, and my first thought was like becomes famous. Your first thought was is arrested for murder. What happened to you, Siri? What's wrong?
What
Do
happened?
we need to schedule in some kind of session with?
You keep asking what happened to me like I'm saying something abnormal. I don't. I'm not quite. I mean, I'm just I think every human has these thoughts of like burning down buildings and getting famous for it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you get arrested for? Like if you had to commit like a federal offense, what do you think it would be?
Oh, skinning someone?
Skinning someone. Oh, that's an interesting one. I've never thought of that. Is it because
No, I think.
is it because you want the leather like that? Is it like a really like you could put it into a handbag?
Oh, first of all, I would probably make a bodysuit.
That's cool.
Depends.
It's awful. I mean, it's terrible. But go on, please, please do.
Like nice knee high boots.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if I was to get arrested, it would probably be for torture. But then again, I don't need to do it myself. I have people for that.
Have you considered being a dominatrix? Because
I
I feel like
have.
this goes in line with torturing people, except you don't actually get to like fully torture them, but you get paid a lot of money for it.
I mean, I have considered it. Let's not lie. Like I really want to get into findom, but
Mm,
also like I can't be bothered by this little shit.
yeah, that's a good attitude though. They like that attitude of like,
And
you little shits are bothering. I mean, you're already halfway there.
yeah,
Findom, I learned is I don't know if people know what findom is. It's financial domination. And so I know a sex worker who I say sex worker, and sex worker can sometimes refer to like stripper and sometimes refer to prostitute. I know a prostitute, like because I one time she told me not to say prostitute, and I was like, what do I say? And she was like sex worker, and I was like, that's like trying to specify a cat and then having to say mammal, like my mammal over there. You can't fucking. You need to give me like a word to use. I'll use the word, but you have to give it to me. Escort, I guess. Anyway, she has sex with men for money is what her
Yeah.
job is, and she has some fucking great stories, man. But one of them is she's a financial dominatrix, and so guys like she's like you need to like she organizes their accounts for them, and then she like takes some off the top and like sends it to herself. And I heard that,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I have a new fetish. Amazing! Wow!
Yeah.
Suddenly,
Good. It's so good. No, it's the best. Honestly, it's the best job anyone could ask for, I think.
yeah.
I would love to do that.
What's stopping you from taking the plunge?
Honestly, I'm just fucking lazy.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like you have to be like updating that shit really regularly. You have to be like messaging them all the time, telling them that they
Exactly.
have tiny penises, like,
Exactly.
acting like their
Like,
mothers used to act to them.
mm,
Yeah,
I
it's
wish
fun.
they had some kind of like, maybe I'm sure I can find one. Well, if any one of you has a fetish of people like sending people who ghost you, hit me up at
Sending
random
people
posts.
who ghost you, what does that mean?
Like sending money to people who ghost you.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a great idea.
That would be,
There's
that's the best.
someone. There's someone out there
Oh,
who's doing that.
yeah,
And
you
then
know what else?
you need to like message them every so often to let them know you still like read their text. You need to be
A
like,
lie.
"Hey, stop messaging me every like 2 months."
No, it's like so you ghost them and then you use their money to buy like some designer bag or something, and then you're like, look what I got from this
Ooh,
stupid bitch
that's a
that's
good idea.
trying to, you know, kind of like posting it on social media.
Okay, what if we got smart with this idea? So what if we paid like a bunch of Filipinos like a good amount of money? We just gave them like luxury amounts of money, like $15 an hour, and then we just paid like ones that spoke good English, and then we paid them to act like us. So like I'm not gonna do it because I had a father in my life, but like we pay someone to like so like there's one person who's pretending to be the dominatrix and like taking cool photos of themselves and like with a riding crop and like a I don't know, some leather boots made of human skin or whatever. And then
Yeah.
we have like some Filipino people or like, whatever, people who want to do this. They're like typing out the messages to everyone every day and being like, you're a piece of shit, send me money, you can't handle your own money, like you have a tiny cock, all that stuff. So
I'm sure you
like
can have a bot for that, no?
yeah, you could like outsource all this stuff.
Yeah, but you can also make a bot for it,
Oh,
like
a
a
bot, yeah.
messenger, like Facebook Messenger.
I could make a bot. Yeah, I know enough Python to make a
Oh,
bot like
good,
that.
good, good.
Yeah, yeah.
Post bot. Yeah, that's
That's
good.
that's a really good idea. They wouldn't be able
Mm.
like the replies. I mean, I don't know. If they replied, you could just be like, "Shut the hell up, slave." That could be like
Yeah,
the
exactly.
automatic
Yeah,
message. Yeah,
perfect.
that's really good.
Who do you
Yeah,
think you are addressing me without a tribute?
that's a good point. If you can like search for like madam, and if it doesn't say madam, you can be like, "Who do you think you are?
Mm.
Send me more money." Like, and that's all.
Addressing me without the tribute.
That's a super good
I have,
idea.
I have, this is a real thing. I have studied it a little.
You
I
have what?
tried, I tried. I have studied the language of what you're supposed to say when you're a findom. But no.
Wow, you've done your research.
I have.
This
I
is
have
great.
just never like done the thing. I want
Ooh.
to, but I'm so lazy.
I bet it's really lucrative in Dubai because you can get arrested for life for doing stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but it's pretty common, so I don't know.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Maybe not. Yeah.
I mean, like the sugar baby daddy scene here is so huge.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, because a sugar baby is like kind of a girlfriend, but you just pay for a bunch of their stuff, so you could be like, we're just dating. But I guess premarital sex is illegal there, actually, isn't it?
No,
No?
not
Oh.
anymore. I mean,
Oh, okay.
now you can like before from like a few months ago, I think, like you can even live with your boyfriend and stuff without being
Oh,
married.
what a progressive society. It's actually pretty cool that like they're adopting. They're like moving past medieval witch burning culture. Like that's cool. That's cool to see.
But like I mean, Dubai is different from the other Emirates, obviously.
Yeah.
But as a woman, like I've never felt so safe in any place.
Wow.
And women here are have a lot of liberty. Like it's just not the same. Like if we see that as like our Western eyes, as like, oh, a guy can have like multiple wives, blah blah blah. Like for me, I'm not even monogamous, so I don't give a flying fuck. But it's like it's more so like they're treated well and they get like stability and money and stuff. Like it's I mean, you are not in it for the same reasons as like a traditional Western love marriage, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it really that bad? It's like, you know, do we
Would you
really
wanna
need
Would you wanna live your whole life not really loving someone and being with them?
I mean, what changes from now?
Well, you have to live with someone first of all and have sex with them, and you might not even be attracted to that guy. He might just be like, "We're fucking now," and that's what you do.
I mean, I don't know. If I was raised in this way, I don't see why it
Yeah.
would be a thing, you know? You know what I mean? It's more like, and it's not like they're treated badly or they don't have any freedom. It's not like that at all. Like women here are like spoiled and they live well
Well,
and
some do and some don't. It's just like a normal society.
I mean,
Like,
specifically in Dubai, I mean, like, because they have also a lot of money and stuff,
yeah,
so that goes with it. And also, it's more like for us, like as a monogamous society, we are always talking about like, oh, but you would be like you'd have to share your husband or whatever. But these women, like a lot of the times become like sisters. That becomes their family, because like they're
sisters
shared the same. Yeah,
who fuck the same guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
but.
I guess so. It makes sense. It makes sense, and I guess it's a lot of it is like what you're used to. Is like what
Yeah,
is normal. Like if you are raised in a site, it's normal. But it's like there is something. It's interesting because I've been involved a lot in Jewish society recently. I'll probably convert pretty soon. But like in Orthodox Judaism, you meet your husband or like wife, and then you might have like 2 or 3 dates with them, and then you just get married. Like you can decide on whether or not to get married, but you don't get to have like 6 months of a relationship or whatever. You kind of just do it, and so
mm,
yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I certainly place a lot of value on love, and like I've been in relationships where I haven't really loved someone, and I've been in relationships like now I'm really deeply in love, and it's a lot better to have love. I mean,
yeah.
it's a lot nicer. It's um, I am significantly happier than I was before, and I mean maybe it's the way I was raised, but I genuinely think like if you can marry for love, then it's preferable. But that's you know
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, I mean, it's nicer, but is it necessary? I don't know.
no, I mean throughout human
More like,
society, it's
I,
yeah.
I feel like it's even for me. First, like, I would never want to be with only one person for the rest of my life. Like, that is the worst thing that you can. Like, if you tell me today, like, you'll find someone and you'll be with them for the rest of your life, I'll be like, I'd rather be alone and just date a bunch of guys. Like, so it's more like a personal. I don't know. It's how you were raised and how like what you've experienced and stuff. It doesn't really mean anything at the end of the day. None of it does. Like, and especially marriage is. It's so new, the notion of like love in a marriage. Before that, like even in Western cultures, you got married because like like you got like arranged marriage and stuff. I mean, it's so new, as in a couple of hundred, like,
I mean,
years.
but love was around for There
Love
was
is
still,
always around, but love is a temporary thing. Like it exists. Like of course, people can be in love for years and years, whatever, but usually it doesn't last your
yeah,
whole life.
yeah, it's
Especially
interesting.
especially people get married like well now they get married like later and later, but before that like they would get married super young. So like do you expect to be in love with the same person when you're 14 and 75 kind of, you know?
Yeah, that is a fascinating issue, like topic, because I know some people who are in like their 50s or 60s, and I know a few people, not a lot, but a handful who are like genuinely in love, just like super in love with each other still. I can
Yeah.
think of three couples off the top of my head that I know that are like super in love to this day. Maybe four, like, but not. And I mean, I guess it's just. I mean, the other ones like a lot love each other, but it's not like they're. You don't. There's no like fire burning there. Still, you can see
Yeah.
it. Like, yeah. So it makes me wonder what those couples did correctly. And I asked one, and they kind of just said like you got to pick the right person because it'll, like, yeah, just pick the right person is what they said. So I mean, I'm not sure. It's
Yeah, and
interesting.
maybe they are both obsessive like obsessive people. You know, like it can be anything. Like your brain could be wired in a way that you're so obsessed with something that, and if both of them are like that, then you can be obsessed with each other for for life. But then if your brain is wired differently, then I don't
Yeah.
know. Like it can be anything, literally. It can be anything. It can be like there's only them in the whole
Yeah.
island, or you know, I don't know.
But yeah. There's
I don't know.
yeah.
I
Some.
just find it. I just find it all very restrictive. The whole well monogamous uh, viewpoint and the societal rules. It's just for me, I don't care enough.
Yeah, it's tough for me because I feel like it's fine as an adult, but I feel like kids probably need stability. And like if like a person would, let's say like a mother has a kid and then like or like we know a couple has a kid and then the mother goes off and dates a bunch of guys and the father goes off and dates a bunch of women, and like the kids seeing all these different people coming in and out of their lives, and then like maybe there's some jealousy. Like poly relationships are really they're more difficult to maintain. Like you have to, they're complicated. Like there's just all these other layers of relationships, and then I feel like from a social level, like maybe it's not the best for a kid's stability. Like maybe it's better to just be raised with like two parents who are always constantly there, and then maybe some like aunts and uncles are always good, but like I feel like it would be difficult to maintain. I feel like poly relationships are it's like another job. It's like a full time job. Like if you have,
No, it is obviously.
yeah, and
Like I don't know, because about the kids, I would say that the issue is they are they would be raised in like if it was a poly like relationship, they would be raised in a poly relationship, but in a monogamous society. That's where the issue is. For example, if you take I don't know like a recluse society in like a whatever forest, and then imagine like they had kids, like everyone had kids, but then everyone would be raising them. Like
okay, but
they
here's
wouldn't have like one parent or two parents like specific, and the kids would just grow up thinking like, oh, everyone's like equal. They
yeah,
wouldn't have
we're all
any
poly.
issue,
Well,
you know.
so the question that I raised there is something a little bit. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit more, and it's like maybe monogamous. So like our society is monogamous, and our
Yeah.
society is also we've it maybe we are monogamous because monogamous is what works best on a grand level. Like maybe we didn't just stumble upon monogamy. Maybe monogamy is what leads to a stable society. Because like if you have, I mean, people get jealous like kind of naturally. Maybe they don't. Maybe this is just a social construct. But like you have people like, oh, is it my kid? Is it not my kid? Do I provide for it? Do I not provide for it? And like, there's like jealousy and betrayal and all this like super complicated stuff that happens. And maybe we just decided on monogamy because it was like, okay, not everyone's gonna be happy here, but at least we have like this person stays with this person, and you provide for your child, and the kid knows who their parents are, and there's like this family structure involved, and like it's all like at least it's stable. Like at least everyone, yeah, I don't know.
So it
Polygamy
would be a
seems. Sorry.
capitalistic, capitalist
Yeah.
society. So if you had like a socialist or a communist society, then it wouldn't work because everyone would provide for everyone, and everyone would provide for you.
Yeah, but every time we've tried communism, it ends up with
No, no, yeah,
millions of
obviously.
people dying. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah,
seem to
yeah, yeah.
work out.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't really, obviously, but like, I mean, the true definition of communism, I mean, where it's not like what happened in China in Russia,
Well,
but
it's
like
yeah,
obviously on a grand scale, communism is not possible, I think, because like if you have like 50 people on an island, then yeah, and that the island provides enough,
mm,
then yeah, sure. But if you have obviously like billions and billions, and then there are not enough resources and people get selfish, it's normal survival thing.
yeah.
And
I
then
think yeah,
that's
I think you're right. Like a family is often communist. Like one person will earn all the money and then give it to everyone else, and maybe kids will disproportionately get most of the funding and resources and stuff. Like
yeah,
yeah, we are. I think we are programmed to share. Like it's kind of in our instincts, but maybe not on a huge level like that. But yeah, I
yeah, it
mean,
is, it is.
yeah, man,
I
from
mean, we have to, that's how you connect and stuff. Like, I think we are programmed for sure.
yeah,
Especially to like, I mean, obviously there's a part of us still like that wants to provide to our child because it's like yours more than like someone else. But I don't know. A lot of it, it's like nurture vs nature kind of thing. Always, everything is.
yeah, and usually it's both. Hey, like it's usually
Yeah,
both nurture
yeah,
and nature. I think,
yeah, yeah. Also serial killers
and serial kill and furries.
and furries. Oh, especially furries.
Yeah, they're important.
Yeah,
They're
especially
really the.
furries.
When's our first furry president of the United States gonna come around?
Oh wow. I think first you have to have a woman,
Yeah,
and then you have to have a woman of color.
yeah,
Then you have to have a non-binary
yeah.
person.
A non-binary, and then like a non-binary person in a wheelchair.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
important. And then like a
And
yeah,
then yeah,
a
and then
dog, and
once
then a dog holding a balloon.
yes, and then just the balloon
And then just the balloon. Yeah,
in the shape of a dog.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then maybe a furry, but yeah, I think that would work.
I like that idea. Maybe the furry can't talk because they have a mask, and so they're kind of like acting out stuff all the time.
Yeah,
They're like really
yeah,
like da, 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 and everyone's like, "We agree," and then they're
yeah.
like, "What did the furry mean when they did this?" And then everyone's like, they hate Mexicans," and the other side is like, "They hate Republicans," and then like
Yeah,
and then they're like everyone's interpreting the furries, and everyone thinks the furry's on their side, so he just keeps getting reelected.
exactly.
They're like, Abraham
Yeah.
the
How come the
furry. Sorry.
balloon went up 2 centimeters?
What does it
They
mean?
don't want to filter us.
War with Iraq. That's what the balloon means.
Oh my god. That's horrible.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not sure anything would really change, even if it was.
I don't think presidents really do that much. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe I just. You know what I do? I have stopped engaging with anything political. I mean, I like it. It gets filtered to me sometimes, but like one day I was on Twitter, and I would do this thing where I would read stuff and get really angry and then argue with people, and then I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Like, what kind of person goes on the internet to get angry? Like, what am I doing? I'm addicted. Like,
Oh,
I'm
you were
literally
that
addicted.
person.
I'm addicted to
Yeah.
anger. Well, most of the time I wasn't responding. I was actually
Yeah.
like I was like posting funny shit, but I was like, oh, let's like find some more funny shit to post. I'll comment on political issues, and then I would like get sucked. I don't think I argue with people very much, but I would like get sucked into this like fucking rabbit hole, and I would be like, that person's so stupid. And then it was like, if I'm going online and I'm getting angry at people every day, I'm addicted to getting angry at people.
Yeah.
What is why like
Hate.
and yeah, it's like this it's like a sports team or like and then I had to do some real self-examination of like a healthy person who's well adjusted and like psychologically sound doesn't want to argue
Yeah.
with people online. Like they want to go fucking feed the homeless or like build a garden. They don't
Yeah.
want to like do this. So like what is going on in me
Sorry.
that I'm like argue I'm like that pixel is that arrangement of pixels makes me angry. It's just like
Oh
fuck
my
that.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So and
It's
then
all about a
yeah, go on.
lot of oh sorry. It's a lot of adrenaline as well. Like if you're like if you want to, escape your reality or like you're bored, stuff like that, or you don't maybe like how your life is going, then you want to, pump up the adrenaline in some way.
Yeah,
And just that's the easiest way.
absolutely.
Validate yourself.
I was thinking about so like I know I'm friends with this I wouldn't say friends, but I know this guy who's he runs a I won't get into it, but he runs a political account and he posts things about the other side of the political fence and then people get angry about it. And I wanted to have a conversation with him about like, hey, and he might even listen to this, who knows. But I wanted to have a conversation about like, hey, like I want to like have compassion towards it. Like we have this idea of a culture war where apparently two sides are like at war with each other. And what war means is like we're angry and we're fighting and all's fair in love and war, you know? And like and what that feels like to me is I wanted to have a conversation with him about like actually people are like if you hate all men, you were probably traumatized by men and like you had a terrible experience with a man or multiple men in your life. And actually if you're a feminist, like that extreme type of feminist and you hate men, maybe we shouldn't be arguing with you. Maybe we should like have compassion for your situation and like really try to figure out or like if they're racist, like racist people like like racism doesn't just happen in a vacuum. Like if there's a racist person saying something terrible to someone, they're probably going home and fucking beating their kids. Like they're not giving their
Yeah.
wife a bouquet of flowers and reading to their son at night. They're just being a piece of shit all the time. And like they're a damaged person who's like psychologically unhealthy. And like actually we kind of have this issue. It's not we don't have like a racism issue. I think we have a mental illness issue and we need to be treating it I think less like a war and more like a healing process. And
Yeah.
I wanted to tell him this, but then I was like, oh, his entire business is made up of making people angry at the other side. And I don't know whether he actually. I should give him the benefit of the doubt because maybe he does want to grow and change in a number of ways. But actually, he might lose all of his Instagram fans that he's worked so hard to find in the
Yeah.
last few years. So, like, it's difficult.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like not everyone wants to get wants to be a better person kind of thing, you know? Like a lot of people I mean, a lot of people just like live their life past time as in a like very like stimulated way, like as possible, like the most stimulated as possible, and the easiest way is just to be angry, hate, and stuff. Honestly,
Yeah,
like it's like the same for people who are like anything like serial dating, playing with people's feelings, the validation that you get. I think it's more like escapism. And as you said, yeah, definitely like something, it's your own reality is like not good enough that you are taking it out on others, and also like doing things that not only gives you the high, because when you're fighting then you have all the like dopamine and adrenaline and stuff, and then like a drug kind of,
Yeah.
you know. I think it's the same thing. It's like you have to, for someone to be able to actually say, reflect on themselves and be like, what I'm doing is not making me like closer to like my higher self or something like that. Like someone who's closer to its spirituality, it takes a lot of like courage, you know. It takes a lot of like, I'm going to go through shit and pain and to understand why I'm hurting, and then what, you know. It's
Yeah.
like everything's gonna be stable, sure. Like life is gonna be stable, but that's not the drug that they're used to. So, and then
And
you know, like you can just be addicted to stimuli for your whole life and just die like that, and you're not gonna have changed the world, but you can also like improve yourself and just die like that, and you're not gonna have changed the world either. So at the end of the day, people are just people.
it's true. That's a very well put point. I mean, I like how you said. I like how you kind of categorize as an addiction because it is kind of like a drug addict. It's like they don't want to be a drug addict necessarily, but they are escaping
Yeah,
from something. And like, I think
they
though,
don't know any better.
well,
They might not know any better. Like, you know, it's just so
yeah.
ingrained. So the habit is there. So easy access, especially nowadays.
And a lot of people were raised with even like parents who just kind of gave them a computer or like a phone to like go and play with when so instead of uh, Elliot has this niece, and the other day, a while ago actually, she was crying because her mother was 50 meters away, and she was like, "I want my mommy," and she was so upset. And we were like, it's fine, it's fine." And Elliot comes over, and he does this thing that really is really good with kids, where he goes like, "Oh, you want your mommy," and he like resonates with their emotions, and like lets them know that they are heard, and then
Yeah,
kind of just sits with it, and every time they'll cry for like a few minutes and then they'll be okay. And like he kind of helps them, like he acknowledges what they're going through, and then they just kind of move past it naturally, and it's like, oh, you were able to come to a full circle with your emotions and move on in life. And
yeah,
it's a 3-year-old, she's just, and then
yeah.
halfway through this process, a family friend comes up with like a phone, and he puts it in front of the kid's face, and he's like, "Hey, look at this video! Wow, there's a kid. There's a like, he's pointing out the animation, and she stops crying, and she's like, immediately she's hooked on this crack. She's like looking at it, and it's like, oh, that's how you parent. Like you actually parent by telling your child that their rough emotions aren't something that they can just deal with and go through and get to the other side of. You're teaching them that whenever you have negative emotions, you go and escape. You go into this other place, and you don't need to feel them because you're escaping. And it's like, that's. I mean, he was even a good parent. Besides that, like he wasn't. There are way worse parents. That was just
Yeah,
like, and a lot of people were just raised with these like terrible parents who, and we don't think about it because we don't see it present in our, when you look at someone, you don't see this 18 years of hell that they went through sometimes.
yeah,
And like some people, all they know is just that you self-medicate with, even if it's not drugs, it's something more insidious like video games or getting mad on Twitter.
or
And I think everyone, I'm pretty sure that everyone wants to get better. I think everyone wants to connect like with their higher self, like you said. And some people say with God, and some people say it's all the same thing. I think at the end of the day, but like that's why we feel guilty if we spend too much time playing video games, because a part of us knows that that's
yeah.
not connecting us to our higher selves. Like there's always a part of us that wants to get better, even though oftentimes we're not listening to that voice. And I do the same thing. It's not like I'm
No,
perfect.
obviously, yeah, I think so too. Like, and also because society is also always showing you like, oh, look what success looks like and stuff. I mean, you can't escape it. You can't escape the fact that you're not, well, no one is, but like perfect. You can't escape your flaws. That's the thing. So it's like even if you engage in like addictive behavior and like escapism, there's always gonna be something to remind you that you're not good enough, kind of a thing, you know. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it's like you can't escape it. It's like you can't sit with it and be like, okay, this is who I am. I'm just like spending time or doing something that doesn't really add value to anything, and that's how I want to spend my time, and that's how I want to, you know, die. I mean, it could be, but it never happens because even if you're playing a video game, you're gonna play, I don't know, a character that's like strong and fast and smart and, you know, whatever, you
Yeah.
know, like a hero. You're fighting for something, you know. It's like you never escape
Wow.
the kind of vision that's put in front of you. Like if I wanted to be a fucking like act like a snail and just live the rest of my life like just crawling on the ground, I could choose to say fuck it to everything and just do it. But I mean, it's not really realistic. Like there would always be something to remind me that, oh, you're a human and you're supposed to work and make money and love and I don't know, have all these virtues until you die, and then everyone forgets about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm a very kind of like let people do whatever the fuck they want, but also everyone's stupid and society is stupid. But I also like people, you know, they're funny.
Yeah, they are. It's sometimes it's easier to just see the
What's
funny in things.
it's like no, it's also like it's beautiful. Obviously, each and everyone has their own like experience and there is their own person. So that's what's interesting, I think, in the human like race.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's yeah, and you'll never know. Like you can analyze as many people as you want. You will always only see them through your own lens. So there's that too. It's like if I wanted to be, if I wanted to lay on the bed forever and just like get takeout and watch TV, and I could do it, like I had whatever the financial situation that allowed it, and I was content with it, then that's it. But then the rest of the people would put their own like values and views on me, like, oh, you're not doing anything of your life, you're lazy, you're this, you're that kind of thing.
And probably each one of them would be slightly different. Like, which is
Yeah,
the
exactly.
funny
Yeah.
thing. It's like I'd be like, well, she has childhood trauma because that's what I'm like focused on right now.
Yeah.
And somebody else would be like, she's lazy and needs to pull herself up by the bootstraps. And somebody else would be like, women are
She's
fucking
sick.
stupid. This is why women, and like
Yeah.
we actually a lot of times we just exist as other people's projections. Like,
Oh,
uh,
exactly. That's what we are. That's what
yeah,
anything is.
yeah, and
So
go on.
no, so the point is just do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, and like the hate, when we talk about, you have like 6,000 followers or something on Instagram, right? How many followers do you have? No,
5,000.
5,000. Oh,
5,000.
only a mere 5,000. My bad. Um, could you imagine filling 5,000 people up that's like a stadium full of people. That's a lot of people. Like that's a huge amount of. It's amazing, and we're just like, oh, it's only 5,000, but it's like
No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't know 5,000 people. But anyway,
No, you're right. No, it's true. It's true.
have you
You have
started
to
to
put
get
it in.
hate mail, like any sort of like angry stuff from people yet? Yeah, I
No, I
guess
get a lot of horny stuff, obviously.
horny. Yeah, horny. Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
that
because
makes
I
sense.
don't think I post nearly enough to like anything. Everything I post is just like randomness, very superficial things. Like it's not
You post poetry
or
too. It's
positive.
it's very deep. You post poetry too. It's quite deep.
Yeah, 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 true. But like it's nothing that's really triggering. Like I'm not. I don't really like my social media is not like fighting for anything kind of a. I mean, I post stuff that I care about, like for example, um, discrimination and stuff like that. But you know, it's not. I don't know. Like so, sometimes I'll get the occasional mansplaining,
Yeah.
but then But also, I'm also very good at ignoring people, so
Yeah, yeah.
just ignore them. So I don't know. Not very effective.
Oh, that's good.
But no, I've had like someone straight up insult me.
That's nice. That's
No,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah. I guess I was just thinking like, or whenever we get any sort of negativity really in life, now it like now I try to think of it as like, oh, this is just your childhood. Like this is like your life, your sort of interior
yeah,
state. And then I think of myself and like, why do I get? I had this kind of great revelation, and I don't think it's quite done yet. But I was like, why do I get so mad at communists? And so the first thing, obviously, intellectually, was like millions of people died because of communism, like 100 million people died or whatever because of communism. But it's like, no, I actually, so like I actually also know a lot about Nazis, and I know that they're evil. It's like an evil ideology, and it's terrible. But they don't make me mad for some reason. Like I'm interested in World War II and stuff, but I'm not angry at them. So like, why am I angry at one evil regime and not the other? And there's this
yeah,
thing that I think I noticed of like, it was my projection. Like communists are doing this thing where Nazis are like, we're evil, we're gonna kill all these people, like fuck it, they're kind of like out there, like I'm racist. They just tell you, and
yeah,
and then communists like they're like, we're doing it for the good of the world, like we're doing it to help everyone. We're gonna make a utopia, and then they do this thing where they try to control people and like tell them what to do and like all this stuff. But it's like with this overtone of we're helping everyone, and then I was like, oh, I'm doing
you,
the same thing with my friends. Like, I keep doing, like, I have this friend who was depressed, and I was like, hey, you should exercise more. And it's not like he was like, oh, I didn't know exercise helped depression. Oh my god, thank you so much. Like, he's a fucking grown ass man. He knows that. Like, I'm not telling him anything new. What I'm trying to do is, like, exercise some control into his life as if I know what's best for him. Like, is it, like, if it was as simple as going out and exercising, he'd be fucking running marathons. Like, he actually is
yeah,
too depressed to do all this stuff. And so, I was doing this for years, and it was like, oh, you're not fucking helping any. You're just telling them what to do. Like you're just trying to be a mother or something, like to all these people.
yeah,
And like, and then I think that was like kind of the link between this anger that I had towards somebody else. It was because I myself was doing this weird controlling thing where I was trying to like help people by telling them what I thought was best. And so now I try to do this thing, and I don't always do it properly, but like I try to do this thing where I ask questions instead. I'm like, hey, like what's stopping you from exercising? Like what kind of what's in your way? And then he might be like, well, I have body image issues. And then it's like, okay, well, I was just seeing this two-dimensional version of you where it's like this cardboard cutout of my friend, and I was telling
mm,
him what to do. But actually, you have body image issues that came from childhood and all this different stuff, and like there's this huge deep person. And I
yeah,
the world isn't two-dimensional, and I can't. So anyway, that was like the story of why. And I think this has really helped me of like whenever something makes me super angry, like whenever I get triggered by something, of like I need to look towards myself and see what inside of me I'm seeing, and like what
yeah,
terrible part of me or good part of me or whatever. Like sometimes they say that like this I listened to this video course about like kind of resolving psychological trauma and stuff, and he was saying like politicians, if you hate a politician like Trump, I'm just going to mention the T word, the evil T word,
yeah,
like if you hate Trump, maybe you hate Trump because he has all this charisma, and you think he's an awful person and all this stuff, but like he actually has this amazing charisma, and maybe you have really low self-esteem, and you see this like arrogance and this narcissism, and it's like what you kind of want but you don't have it.
mm,
Or maybe like he's dishonest, but actually you know deep down that you're dishonest sometimes, and you hate yourself for being dishonest, and then you're seeing this kernel of you in Trump, and then
yeah.
you're hating him. Or maybe you always wanted to be a Cheeto and you're just too scared to look orange all the
That's
time,
it.
and maybe
Again,
that's it.
yeah, alright. I wanted to have a mob on my head.
I've always wanted to jump in Cheeto dust in the factory and come out and lick myself clean. That's
Exactly.
yeah.
No, yeah, you're totally right. And I think it's with you and Elliot that I had this, like exactly what you're saying, this realization. Like we were talking about shadow work and like, like your own shadow. And that's, I think, exactly how I've been seeing things as well. Kind of like everything that happens, I never really get angry. I never ever get angry. I've gotten angry maybe twice in my life. Yeah, it's just like I'm very unaffected by things, which is a blessing. But like, for example, yesterday I was just uh I was looking through Instagram like for fashion inspiration, whatever, and then I stumbled upon this girl that I followed and unfollowed a couple of times. And and then at some point I'm like, like she has extremely good content, very good style, and she's like picture perfect. And I follow her again. I'm like, why did I unfollow her last time? And then I just went like, oh yeah, because I'm dead jealous. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I find her perfect. I think she has like, she's beautiful, and my shadow is like physical appearance and weight and stuff. So, and I know it, and I was just like, oh, so yeah, yeah, I'm fucking jealous. And then I think just me, like, just I didn't judge myself for that. I was just like, yeah, I'm jealous. Okay. Then, I'll just like work on myself. Like it's all I can do anyways. Like I'm not gonna, but like I still admired her, but I was just like, okay, so I'm jealous now. So I think like it's good to also like be okay with the fact that it's okay to have like negative emotions. It's
Yeah.
okay to, feel bad about stuff and just like, that's it. If you're angry, you're angry. If you're jealous, you're jealous. But then what are you gonna do about it after? That's what matters. I think.
That's so true. That's such a high up place to be, like where like that's so next level, like when you're realizing like, oh, I have this negative emotion, and then you're like, oh, it's okay. You are welcome in my home. Like you can be here, and it took me until my mid 20s or something to get to a point where I was like actually accepting the thoughts in my head and not trying to push them down, and like it's
Yeah,
such a
exactly.
it's such a next level way to live your life too, because you're not fighting with yourself all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. You're accepting. It's like you treat yourself like someone you respect and you love. It's like, for example, if your best friend was coming to you and being jealous, and you would be like, "Well, you're being a jealous little bitch, but I love you," Like
Yeah,
it's just like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.
it's like yeah. So and it's very recent. I had a lot of like trouble, and a lot of it comes from every conversation that you and I and Elliot we've had and stuff like a lot of it. And the transformation that I went through when I was living with you guys is like
Aw.
huge. And I miss it. Like I really do miss the talks and the explanations. And you were saying like Elliot is very good at acknowledging people's emotions and letting them run and stuff. And it's true. And I've learned a lot from you guys. And like it's like it's so nice to we talk a lot about like how dumb people are, but some people are also amazing.
Thank
And
you.
and even the dumbest like people like you who are stupid as fuck
Proud of
sometimes
it.
sometimes can do nice things. You can sometimes stuff.
You have this amazing ability that I don't think I've ever seen before, to make people feel so welcome where they are. Like it's incredible. I mean, I was just blown away. Like every person, there were people that I would have trouble getting along with, or not getting along with, but like talking to and like making conversation with. And I'm pretty good at it, but there are still people that I was having trouble with it. And then you would just like come in and just like make them feel so welcome and like part of a community, and just it was incredible. It was like it's like, oh, that's your superpower. Like you are actually this community builder and the holder of space, and like making people connected. Like that's, it's like I don't think, I mean, Elliot doesn't do it like that. He does it. He brings people together, but not in the way that you do, where everyone feels so loved and and seen. And I just think that's like, that's your superpower for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. I'll download that part of the video. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the video.
you don't need to.
But
I
just
don't
this
think.
part, I'll keep it.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think it would be good to end there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. I had a really good time. This was
Thank you
excellent.
for existing. I love you a lot.
This is definitely the funniest podcast I've had. so far.
Yeah? Good.
Yeah, out of 4.
Excellent.
20.
And
Top
we
25%.
absolutely, I prepared, I threw my breakfast up. I threw up my fucking cereal for this, and then we did not talk about microwaving jizz. I cannot. I am so mad.
Oh my god, I want to throw up
We
now.
did not talk about nibbling food juices. I am so
Oh
mad.
my god, I actually want to throw up. Oh my god. Oh, nibbling foot blisters.
Oh wait, no. You know what? I have one that I kept that I want to read out loud. Are you ready? We can end on this note. Sometimes I like to lay in the bathtub and get a boner. I'll let the water level rise high enough so that the tip just barely sticks out the top. Before doing all this, I catch a fly and rip its wings off so it can't fly. Once the water is right and just my tip is sticking out, I put the fly on it. Since it can't fly away or swim, it panics and just runs around really fast in circles. I let this happen until I come, inevitably drowning the fly in my semen, which is the best part for me.
Oh my god.
You have a good day.
All right.
Have a good day.
I'll see you next podcast, everyone. Bye bye, Flo Wang.
Bye, love you.